Alrighty, folks, my name is Jason White. It's been some time since we were apart, but we are excited to bring you some CITV live sports action. I have executive producer Tom Peeler and Shane Dunleavy on camera today as we are excited to show you our presentation of Plymouth Whitemarsh swimming and diving. So we'll be starting off today with the girls' 200-yard medley relay. For Quakertown, we have Hannah Beal, Ellie Geiser, Olivia Litvinchuk, Maria Waymer, Nina Ruggiero for Plymouth Whitemarsh, and Plymouth Whitemarsh's lane, Mia Ruggiero, Abigail Edwards, and Charlie Tullio. Usually there's a little bit of noise. You can hear the crowd. We're not getting that this year, so definitely missing out on that. And I'm sure a lot of these athletes feed on that crowd noise, but you know, sometimes it might help. It might take a little bit of pressure off. You might even hear my voice a little bit better. But nonetheless, they're still swimming and they're excited, and I'm happy that they were able to have their season. We also have in lane 5 for Plymouth Whitemarsh, Carmen Miramontes, Tara Patel, Olivia Ferret, and Kate Edwards. Alrighty, just about ready to get things going. And we're off. Here we go, our first race of the day. So we have Nina Ruggiero, younger sister of swimming phenom Mia Ruggiero. Also younger siblings of Justin Ruggiero, one of the most storied swimmers in Plymouth Whitemarsh's history. So a lot of really good swimming genes in that family. I'm sure the line will continue with Nina. Plymouth Whitemarsh out to an early lead here. Ruggiero at the slight edge over Beal. Coming in now is Abby Edwards. Edwards with a slight lead. Again, with swimming in a relay that's so short, it's every little second can make a difference. So it's really every single movement you're making is extremely calculated, trying to just move as absolutely fast as you can. What I would say Plymouth Whitemarsh should pride themselves on is their handoffs between relays. They're so smooth. Obviously always legal, never get disqualified for any early jump offs. And we see here Edwards with a really nice lead for Mia Ruggiero, and she wastes no time as she's moving through that pool, starting to add to that Plymouth Whitemarsh lead. Wow, goodness gracious. During quarantine, if I was a swimmer, I probably would have almost forgotten how to swim, but it looks like they haven't lost an edge here with Plymouth Whitemarsh swimming. Finishing up is Charlie Tullio. Here's the pass off between Ruggiero and Tullio. And Tullio again wasting no time. Holy Toledo, folks. Yeah, Plymouth Whitemarsh, it was a little bit close at first, but they were able to just keep building on their lead, and they have something to be quite proud of with this first relay race. There we go, Plymouth Whitemarsh. Quakertown now following. Plymouth Whitemarsh's time of 1:37.57. Wow, how quick. Quakertown clocking in at, I believe, 2:15.41. And then the last heat here. This is Ferret, I believe, of Plymouth Whitemarsh. And they will clock in at 2:26.67. Just like that, Event 1 is now under wraps, and we're heading into Event 2, the 200-yard freestyle. We have in lane 1, Autumn Harberly, 2, Becca Carty, 3, Ella Geiser, 4, Violet Colonna, 5, Jessie Kaplan, and 6, Gianna DeBona. All right, they now step onto the boards. And they're off. Let's see here who could get an early edge. Sometimes they say it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. I would say for swimming, you can't really say that for either. The start is almost just as important, if not equally important, to the finish. Again, it's all about just those little seconds. Anything could really change a race completely one way or another. Early on here, we have in lane 4, Plymouth Whitemarsh the lead. That's Violet Colonna. Again, we're in the 200-yard freestyle. Some separation starting to occur here. Violet starting to pull away a little bit. In close heat in lane 5 for Plymouth Whitemarsh is Jesse Kaplan. I believe now we have 1, 2, 3 Plymouth Whitemarsh, lane 6, Gianna DeBona. Nice showing so far for the Colonials. It's almost a perfect lineup of 1, 2, 3. It almost looks like a podium in the water. It's almost synchronization, if you will. For Quakertown, the key is to just keep moving, stay fluid, and, you know, just try to make sure you don't go too fast and get into desperation mode. That's when you start to really slow yourself down. When you start to be desperately weaving through the water, you start to not have as great a form. And obviously the nerves aren't great either. Plymouth Whitemarsh doesn't have an issue with that. Again, we have Kelowna with a really nice lead here, but second place is going to be a little bit contested as we have Kaplan and DeBona going neck and neck right now. That might be a photo finish, folks. It's pretty close. That push off in the back log coming down the heat here might be what decides it. Kelowna just doing her thing, moving right on. We see there a little bit of a better push off for DeBona, so that put her neck and neck with Kaplan. So I believe Kelowna will take first. Neck and neck, here we go. Let's see who takes it right to the wall. And I believe they will give that one to Kaplan. Inches, folks, just inches. Yes, so they will give that to Kaplan. First place time for Kelowna, 2:15.75. For Kaplan, 2:21.65. And for DeBona, 2:22 flat. Now just waiting on Quakertown. Our next event we have is the girls 200-yard IM. That should be a pretty good race. I recognize a couple of the names already from when I called last year. They're now just going to cool down. I mean, whew. Man, I don't think in a full day of going to a swim club I'd be able to do even one 200-yard race. Let alone do that, then come into the pool and do a couple other races. Forget about it. So for our third event, the girls 200-yard IM, we have Natalie Wisniewski, Lily Bawes, Emily Rhodes, Mia Ruggiero, and Abigail Edwards. All righty, here we go, event number 3. And they're off. Let's see. Again, I told you it's all about that early start. See if they can pull away. We see Ruggiero putting herself with a strong start. Again, I just don't know how she could swim so fast after just an event in between. She was in another relay. We see here it's a little bit of a close race between Ruggiero and I believe Bawes of Quakertown. Yeah, they're going neck and neck, but Ruggiero's got a little bit of a lead here. This is where Ruggiero really starts to distance herself. She is one of the best that I've ever seen, her ability to push off the wall and just keep building on the momentum that she already starts going into the race. With the backstroke, it appears that this is probably one of Ruggiero's strong suits, at least today. And she is just really starting to pull away. I mean, we didn't expect anything different, but I mean, wow. It started off, it was getting pretty close, but then Boz kind of started to slow up as Ruggiero only sped up. I believe in third place we would have Quakertown. That would be, let's see here. We have Boz, then I think Winzanitsky. Ruggiero just putting a lot of space. Yep, she's going to take this one. Closer behind her is Boz, then Winzanitsky. So I believe we see here Ruggiero just doing her thing. We hear the very vocal bench of Quakertown's boys up here on the swim deck. Yeah, right around this pace, Ruggiero might be able to hit 2:15. We'll see if she can keep it up. Actually, she might get a little less than that. She might do faster than some of the relays did just herself. Boz still keeping it close. Pushed off that wall, just trying to gain any ground she can. Ruggiero able to just kind of chill a little bit here as she's put a lot of separation between her and second place. She will clock in at first place. Her time, 2:22.03. Then we have second place, Boz, 2:26.85 for a second gap. Not too bad. And I believe Plymouth Whitemarsh might have been able to catch up, and they'll take third. Yes, they did. So originally I thought it'd be Plymouth Whitemarsh, Quakertown, but instead it's Plymouth Whitemarsh, Quakertown, Plymouth Whitemarsh. And for Plymouth Whitemarsh, for that third place finish in lane 4, that was Emily Rhodes. Emily Rhodes doing a really nice job of being able to catch up, and they're now cooling down. We are going into now our 5th event. Charlie Tullio, you see her jumping, excited. One of the most fun people to watch here at PW Swimming. So in lane 1, we have Ashley Butcher. Lane 2, Natalie Miller. Lane 3, Olivia Litvinchuk. Lane 4, Charlie Tullio. Lane 5, Jules Tullio. And lane 6, Olivia Schaefer. We also have a competition between two Tullios. It's always fun. Got a lot of siblings in PW Swim. I don't know if that's just a thing, like, oh, my sibling did it, I'll do it, but a lot of siblings for both Whitemarsh, and a lot of them almost equally talented. Which is saying something, because they are quite talented. Early on here, I saw, Charlie here with a nice lead. Again, she's just kind of doing her thing, motoring through the water. Yeah, I believe we will have another 1, 2, 3 Plymouth Whitemarsh lead here. Yep, there we have it. 1, 2, 3 Plymouth Whitemarsh sweep of the podium. 25:19, 27:20. And 29:05 for the times. So that was Charlie followed by Jules, Charlie Tullio followed by Jules Tullio, and then Olivia Schaefer. So nice job there by Plymouth Whitemarsh. You see, sometimes right under my nose it kind of slips and all the events start to become one. So I'm like, oh yeah, they got a couple more laps. I realize, oh man, we're doing the 50. I believe, actually, funny fact, the last sport I called before the lockdown was swimming, so it has been quite some time since the last time I was in the Natatorium. We have Heat 2 for the 50-yard freestyle. This is Skylar Donaldson. If you notice her hat, it looks like it's got a Buccaneers logo on it. They're coming off a really nice win this past weekend versus the Washington football team. Skylar moving pretty quickly, just like some of those players out in the field were that night. I always wonder what it'd be like swimming in a solo event like this and not having to worry about the other people in the pool. Skylar will clock in at 27.91. Not too shabby at all. We have another stoppage, waiting for the judge to get back to his respective spot. We're all ready. And they're off. Let's see if Plymouth Whitemarsh can keep up the good fortune. This one's looking like it's going to be pretty contested. So far, almost every lane really keeping it pretty close. Really close matchup here between Kelowna and Bale. Kelowna pulling away just a little bit. Looking to be a promising new swimmer here for the Colonials. Yeah, Kelowna doing her thing as she did earlier. Near her is Bale, followed by Whitemarsh. Yeah, wow, look at that. Kelowna just moving on through. Yep, really a whole lot of separation, a little bit of competition here between Quakertown now to try to get that second and third place. Lane 3 and then lane 2 will take it. That is Bale followed by Whitemarsh. For Kelowna, her time was 1:07.94, followed by lane 3, which is second place. That's 1:12.92, and we had third place in lane 2, 1:14.37. Moving right on with things, the 7 event here, the girls 100-yard freestyle. So in heat 1 of 2, we have Risa Palmer, Ashlyn Butcher, Lily Bawes, Charlie Tullio, Jules Tullio, Olivia Giambalvo. Here they are. Slight little ledge, really nice push off for Charlie. Neck and neck with Charlie, Jules, and then Bale, Bawes for Quakertown. Funny fact, I believe that I have never called a Charlie Tullio loss. Rather, it was a relay or a solo event. I believe she has won every single meet, every single race that she's done in a meet that I've called during my time here at CITV. So just goes to show you her greatness, really. And again, look at it. It's like she's doing one race and everyone else is doing another. Bawes still keeping it close, though, followed by her younger sister, Jules. And there's Charlie. No problem at all. She'll get first. Bawes looking for second. Jules now got to push a little bit for third, but I think she'll get it, and she will. So it'll be first place with Whitemarsh, second place Quakertown, third place both Whitemarsh. Charlie's time was 55.89. Then Bawes was 59.15. And Jules was 1:03.49. Some pretty quick stuff. Wow, 55.89 for Tullio.
T2 girls 100-yard freestyle.
She looks pretty satisfied after that one, and she went in there and she did her thing from start to finish. We now have Heat 2 of 2, Natalie Owens and Skylar Donaldson, both wearing their Buccaneers hat. I wonder if that's a local swim club or something of that nature. I'm sure they're not swimming for Tampa Bay, not that they would even have a swim team. I tell you, though, I wouldn't mind swimming in that water right about now. Absolutely gorgeous down there on the Florida Gulf Coast. And they're off. We'll see here. Looking to be a little contested. Slight edge for Donaldson. Donaldson able to get a nice little amount of space here. In other news for CITV, I believe this Friday we will begin our coverage of Plymouth Whitemarsh basketball. My partner in crime, Jack Sfida, should be on the mic for that one, and I'm sure he's plenty excited. He hasn't called a game since football season as well, so both trying to keep our skills refined and sharpened here. I can't vouch for him, but for myself, I'm going to broadcast journalism for college, so any practice I can get, I gladly will take. And here Donaldson able to take it easily. Followed by Owens. Our next event, the girls 500-yard freestyle. So in lane 2, we have Autumn Harberly. Lane 3, Becca Carty. Lane 4, Jessie Kaplan. Lane 5, Gianna DeBona. And lane 6, Tara Patel. So here we go. This is actually the longest event of the day, the 500-yard freestyle. 500 yards. That's 5 football fields you have to swim, just to put in a layman's terms that someone like me can understand. Oh, boy. What an event. They just keep on going. I can't imagine when you step up to the line what you're thinking in your head. Definitely about pace. Pace is a big thing. You do not want to start off too fast or too slow, and then you're fighting against yourself. Seems here Plymouth Whitemarsh. Synchronization almost again with first, second, and third. Again, that's Jessie Kaplan, Gianna DeBona, and Tara Patel. Little edge here for Kaplan early on. We see their teammates with the boards that have the number signifying how many lengths they have left of the pool to swim. Almost look like a crew of, the Blue Angels from the Navy, I believe, or either Air Force, something like that, with the fighter jets and that almost perfect line of 1, 2, 3. For the people that do distance sports, rather it's cross country or, upwards of a 500-yard swimming event, I could tell you they probably have some of the hardest cardio workouts in any sport. I mean, to try to build up the stamina and the energy to be able to keep going and not quitting and getting faster and faster as the season progresses, and the training that is involved to build up that stamina and to be able to have the longevity to swim at a fast rate in the pool like that. It's really, really impressive. I mean, I remember swimming the biathlon, and I remember almost passing out freshman year, so I'm sure they're probably doing around maybe somewhere near that every day when you're swimming an event like this. Starting to see some separation here for Kaplan. She's having herself a pretty nice afternoon. We have DeBona behind her, and not too far behind DeBona is Patel. or I was mistaken. I believe the number that goes into the pool is actually the number of laps or the number of lengths of the pool that they've done, I believe. Again, not the most well-versed on swimming, but made a little observation there that I believe should be correct. Very nice lead here for Kaplan. She probably in her head, I mean, if it was me, I'd think, oh, I could kind of slow my roll a little bit, but not too much. Just enough where you're giving yourself that little bit of oomph that you're going to need at the end. But not by any means do you need to be flying through the pool. DeBona and Patel not far behind. I believe at this point Kaplan might have actually lapped a couple of her fellow competitors in the pool. So she's really doing quite a good job this afternoon, especially an event like this. Again, sure there's a lot of pasta and different carbs being eaten the night before a race like this to try to get your body ready for having a swim like that. I mean, in my time of watching, you just look at the form of these swimmers, and even when they're exacerbated and just trying to get through, they still are able to keep a magnificent form that's very linear, very fluid. I mean, it's impressive. I know sometimes some of us, we go in the pool and it looks like we're flailing or maybe even smacking the surface of the water, but it's so smooth. Really, got to give the coaches a lot of credit here, as, I mean, that's where a lot of it starts. It's a lot of that formative sort of training they go through in the off season and really work on their game, and then from there, really, it's themselves and how much they want to push themselves to keep working to get faster and stronger. And with Whitemarsh, obviously, and every season we call, it seems that throughout the season they just get faster and faster as they get closer towards the end of the year, and they have their final couple champs meets that are pretty big, and some even qualify for the state tournament. Obviously, a lot of names on that board over there for the Colonials, so very strong history in swimming. Actually, the other day, they changed a couple of the names on the board with some of last year's different relay teams and individual swimmers that were able to get themselves in the PW record books. We hear the bullhorn there signifying that she is almost done. Kaplan's fight is almost through, followed by, of course, DeBona and Patel. And the red on the board signifying that all she's got to do is go down and touch that last piece of the pool, and she is done. Seems that she's definitely putting an extra little push here as she's just trying to finish up. Very nicely done by DeBona. Not too far behind her. I'm sorry, by Kaplan. Not too far behind her is DeBona. Kaplan clocking in at 6:23.25. DeBona now getting second. And we have Patel able to get to third, so a lot of sweeps here for the Colonials. Time for DeBona was 6:40.45, and the time for Patel was 6:54.47. Quakertown still with a little bit of work to go. Gonna just keep going. I mean, no quit, no hesitation. They're just continuing to move up and down that pool, and oh man. I always wonder, do swimming athletes for an event like this, they got to be having fun, but to what extent? I mean, definitely the payoff and the great shape you're in, I'm sure, is an added bonus. But I don't know. I always found when I did longer distance events, I always dreaded every minute of it and couldn't wait till it was over. Maybe that's why I didn't make too good of a swimmer. Who knows? And now Quakertown coming down to the last legs. Just one more touch of the wall, and she is done. I mean, just to put into perspective what Kaplan was able to do with a 6:23.25 finish, that means she was able to swim 5 football fields in 6 minutes and 23 minutes. I don't know if I could run that, let alone swim it. So that is extremely impressive by Plymouth Whitemarsh. We see as they cool down, going nice and slow, just trying to keep the muscles warm and relaxed, but definitely they had their work cut out for them, and they're going to just soak it in a little bit. Our next event should be fun. I'm always a big fan of the relays. We have the 200-yard freestyle relay, and it actually has 2 heats. So that should be some fun that we have with that one. I noticed as we moved on throughout the afternoon, a couple of the different swimmers on the boys' team moved up to the pool deck, as I believe the girls' teams would stay on the lower deck and the boys' teams would go to the upper deck to follow with the COVID guidelines set out by the state of Pennsylvania. So in this 200-yard freestyle relay, we have for Quakertown, Lily Bawes, Risa Palmer, Natalie Winzaniski, and Maria Waymeyer. Then for the Colonials, we have Violet Colonna, Kate Edwards, Olivia Giambalvo, and Olivia Ferret. And here we go. Again, a lot of a race could just be set by the person you put first, because that's kind of leading the charge for everybody else. If you're not able to start super quick, everybody else has kind of got to make up the slack a little bit. Seems here they're almost even, neck and neck. Quakertown with a slight edge here. As Colonna, sure a little bit tired. She had a couple events already. We are Risa Chick going, and Quakertown with a little bit of an edge here. We'll see if Kate Edwards is able to make up some room here. Definitely she's moving pretty quickly through that pool. I just want to commend Quakertown there. They had a phenomenal start with Risa Palmer. And right now, or I'm sorry, with Lily Bawes and then working into Risa Palmer. And again, Quakertown still maintaining their lead. A little bit of work here for this back end of the relay for the Colonials. They really have to start moving a little bit quicker, or else I think Quakertown might take it. Quakertown had a really nice start, and they've just been building on it. Right now, Olivia Giambalvo trying to make up the difference. Maria Waymeyer now, the last leg. Some would call them the anchor. And Olivia Ferret. Quakertown just, they came out with a purpose there. And they'll be able to take this relay. Very quick handoffs, wasting no time. And really was the start. They started off incredibly quick. And that first leg really was a difference maker in setting the pace for everybody else. And Quakertown will take that relay. Their time was 1:51.56. And for the Colonials, it was 1:58.81. So just 7 seconds separating the two relays. Now we have Heat 2 for our 200-yard freestyle relay for Quakertown, we have Ashlyn Butcher, Bridget Chadwick, Natalie Miller, and Olivia Litvinchuk. Then for Plymouth Whitemarsh, we have Shiam Baryum, Tori Patine, Alex Papadopoulos, and Nicole Graham.
Chadwick, Natalie Miller, and Olivia Vitvinchuk. In lane 5, Shishi Bariam, Tori Patine, Alex Papadopoulos, and Nicole Graham.
After this, we only have 3 more events for the girls. Oh, man. Guess time flies when you're having fun, huh? We see here, pretty even matchup so far. Shiam Baryum leading the Colonials, also known as Shishi. And a nice little, she really pushed off that wall with a purpose, and Colonials going to be able to possibly gain some room here off the handoff. Again, looking like we might have a photo finish here for the Colonials right now. Tori Patine. And for Quakertown, Brighton Chadwick. Colonials still maintaining their lead. Tori now handing it off to Alex Papadopoulos. And we see again, it's no quit from either side. It is neck and neck. That's how this whole race has really been. It's been tight. I think Quakertown might have gained a slight edge with that push off of the wall. Really nice job there by Natalie Miller. Lastly, we have the anchors. Yeah, Quakertown able to gain a lot of room there. We'll see here if Nicole Graham could try to catch up. She's going to have to really work her tail off. Quakertown did a phenomenal job going in between that third and fourth leg of the relay, and they were able to really gain a lot of room. And they'll take it. Olivia Litvinchuk waiting on their times, followed by Nicole Graham. For Quakertown, their time was 2:11:46, and for Plymouth Whitemarsh, their time 2:26:08. Event number 10. Only 3 more here in this meet. The girls' 100-yard backstroke. Lane 1, Natalie Owens. Lane 2, Natalie Wizaniski. Lane 3, Hannah Bale. Lane 4, Mia Ruggiero. Lane 5, Emily Rhodes. Lane 6, Carmen Miramontes. And they're off. We'll see here if Ruggiero can keep her streak going. Wow! Did you see how long she stayed submerged under the water off the push-off? That's impressive. That's been one of the strong abilities that she's had in my time of covering her. She stays under the water for so long and moves so quickly, and it really is able to create a lot of separation early. Instead of it coming down the tail end with the photo finish, she really just starts to put people away as soon as it starts. Man, oh man. I always just wonder with the competition, I know that her and Charlie, some of the events they swim are different. I always wonder, 2 of them going neck and neck, what that must be like. That must be really fun to watch. That's almost like watching some junior Olympic action here at Plymouth Whitemarsh. So they have some very gifted swimmers and maybe even some state runs that could be had. So closely following Ruggiero, we have, Ruggiero takes that one. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 5 behind her is Hannah Bale. She'll take second place. And third place will go to lane 1. That is Natalie Owens. So Plymouth Whitemarsh first, then second and third belonging to Quakertown. Ruggiero's time, 1:03.95. Ruggiero's 1:03.95. Then Bale was 1:13.64. And Owens was 1:15.92. So as we were telling you earlier, after these next two events, there'll be a 40-minute warm-up slot for the boys to get ready to go for their meet. So we'll probably cut to another break, maybe even have an interview in between with special guest Charlie Tullio. So we got a lot of swimming action ahead here at the Plymouth Whitemarsh Natatorium. So now we're in event number 11, the girls 100-yard breaststroke. So we have lane 2, Natalie Miller, lane 3, Ellie Geiser, lane 4, Nina Ruggiero, lane 5, Abigail Edwards, and lane 6, Olivia Schaefer. They all step up onto the board. And here they go. Yeah, we have, again, looking neck and neck. Anybody's race here early on. And we have Plymouth Whitemarsh, slight little lead here for Nina Ruggiero. Fitting that we have a Ruggiero lead with Nina followed right after her sister Maya. Yeah, Nina, off that push-off the second time around, really started to create a gap, and now she's just building on it. Sure, a tremendous amount of upper body strength needed for the breaststroke. A lot more of the emphasis being on getting that upper body out of the water. Yep, but Ruggiero will cleanly take that. Second place, looking like Plymouth Whitemarsh, and third is going to be pretty contested. We'll see here. Yep, Colonials second, and we'll see Schaefer will get third. 1, 2, 3, Colonial sweep. That was Ruggiero, Edwards, and Schaefer. Just as it started, it ended. Time for Ruggiero is 1:18.02. Time for, for Nina was 1:18.02. Then for Abigail Edwards, it was 1:25.31. And for Schaefer is 1:26.74. I would say probably this would be the premier relay of the day. Maybe the first relay of the 200-yard medley, that was pretty good, but this one's loaded with star power. Now, again, this is Colonial Instructional Television, so I can have a little bit of bias here being a Plymouth Whitemarsh commentator. I like our chances in this, and so far I believe that my prediction might be correct, as Charlie Tullio is just zooming through that pool. She's going to then pass it to her sister, Jules. Look at that. They make it look so easy. Man, oh man, I wish I could swim like that. I'm sure the Plymouth Whitemarsh, both boys and girls team, will make phenomenal lifeguards. All of them are just such great swimmers. I mean, look at the spacing between Tullio and Bale there. I mean, And she swam a couple races before this. This isn't her first race of the day, and I mean, she just makes it look like she could do this in her sleep. Passes it off to Jules. Jules looking to just build on it. Maybe Colonials looking here to, instead of going against the other team, they're trying to go against the clock. Maybe get a PR here. Who knows? Pass here for Quakertown. That was from Bale to Litvinchuk. Jules Tullio moving very similar to her sister Charlie. They might almost be able to get a lap here. Yeah, I think we might get a lap here. Yeah, I think if Jules can come down this backstretch quick enough, Colonials will have an entire person lead almost on Quakertown. Pretty impressive if you ask me. This might be a relay. Watch out for States. This one's pretty loaded up here. Here's Vajiro now. Oh my god, like just look at how long she stays underwater. It's basically she goes more than halfway through the pool, then finally comes up. And by the time she comes back, I mean, just look at how quickly. I know this because I was a friend with Mia for quite some time and still am. She has been swimming for a very long time, so many years of training and practice all accumulating into her high school season. And if she swims in college, whatever program gets her will be very lucky. She'd be a great asset to have in any competition that they have a spot that they need to fill with the swimmer. Nina now getting ready to go. Mia just doing her thing as she's done all afternoon. And here's Nina, last little anchor here for the Colonials. Yep, and everybody in that relay just moving on. I believe Nina is a freshman, actually, so quite impressive how quickly she could swim for just a freshman. For Quakertown, trying to just catch up as quickly as they can. We have Lily Bawes. Yeah, Bawes moving pretty quickly. She seems to be their premier swimmer, and she's just trying to probably go for a PR for herself and try to help out her relay. Believer Zero here. As someone caught closing time for the relay, and that will do it. Colonials will take the final relay, and I don't think it takes a brilliant mathematician, but just based on all the different Colonial victories and sweeps they're able to get, I believe they will take this meet versus Quakertown. We'll see if the boys are able to be quite as effective in the pool. Here's Bawes. So for the Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials, they clock in at 4:02:53. Quakertown clocking in at 4:26:17. I realize we have one more heat here. We have heat 2 of the girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. So we have Ashlyn Butcher and Emily Rhodes now going head-to-head. Emily Rhodes able to pull ahead. Yeah, I can't believe that. This is the first in my broadcasting career. I got a little lackadaisical there. Didn't even look and realize that there was another relay right in front of my face on the sheet. That's all right. Give me the benefit of the doubt here. It's the first swim meet I've called in over almost a year, so. Rhodes here with a nice lead. She's leading over Ashlyn Butcher. And now Shiam. Nice pass off. Chadwick Brighton now. Very vocal bench here for Quakertown boys. Making my job fun. Shiam maintaining that nice Colonial lead. Shiam able to maintain the lead here for the Colonials. And now we have the pass between Shiam and Raina Handis. I believe this is her event, her first event of the day. Raina moving very quickly. Coming up next for Quakertown is Natalie Winzaniski. So Brighton's going to pass it over to Natalie. Raina moving very fastly here. Yeah, I believe the Colonials might be able to take both relays of the 400-yard freestyle. Anchor here is Tara Patel. Patel looking like she definitely wants to get out of here. She's moving. It's the anchor. I typically believe they pick some of the fastest legs for them in case competition's pretty close and you need to make up some of that distance. As the chanting would indicate, Risa Palmer just came into the pool. Colonials with a very nice lead. They're able to consistently build and continue building with each person in this relay. So, very nice job by the Colonials in almost every relay. I'm not sure if, I mean, they won almost every relay today, so. Really, they won a majority of the races today. So this is a very nice outing here by this girls team. And again, like I said, the bar has been set for the boys because girls, they got to work. Risa Palmer now finishing up for Quakertown. So like I was talking about, probably a quick little 30-minute break. Then 10 minutes before the end of that 40-minute period, we will probably do a quick little interview with Charlie Tullio in between the boys and the girls event. All right, we're now going to cut to a quick break. Again, for everyone that's watching, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you shortly. Alrighty, folks, so we're back from our quick little break. We're here with Charlie Tullio. So, Charlie, it's been a little bit since we've seen you in the pool, but obviously between them we had a pandemic. How did you stay in shape while the pandemic was at its worst?
I stayed in shape by running a lot and just doing like core work at my house. It was really difficult to stay motivated, but I was able to keep that motivation.
That's good, that's good. So, obviously, you know, there's a little bit of the bumps in the road that happened, but you've been in this program since you were a freshman. You've been here since you were a freshman, and you've worked really hard. And now, for it to be your senior year, what does that mean to you?
For me, it means that this is like the last chance I have to show like our high school like what I can do, and sadly it's the last year I'll be on this team. This team has really been like a family for me, and it's my last chance to give it my all.
So obviously we have a lot of siblings on this team. What does it mean for you to have a sibling on this team and actually be in a relay with your sibling?
It makes it a lot of fun, like a lot more fun, definitely. We're constantly pushing each other, which is always fun, and yeah, basically.
So we're actually, believe it or not, on a live stream. Do you have any words for the folks at home that are watching?
Stay safe. I hope you guys continue to follow us through our season. Right now we're started off better than we have in the past 4 years. I've been here right off the bat.
Anything else?
That's about it.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Charlie,
Thank
and
you.
good luck with the rest of your season. I'm sure we'll talk to you sometime soon.
Thank you.
Everyone getting their caps and goggles ready. And they're off, so Brennan Coyle leading for the Colonials here. Slight lead here for Caleb Einoff, who's passing it off to possibly his brother Joshua. Dean Suchland now having to make up a little bit of the gap. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job. Going to be neck and neck here. Yeah, D with a great push off there. He's able to gain a little bit of ground. Now the Colonials the slight edge here for this relay. Big handoff here for the Colonials to be able to try to take this first one. As now Riley Coyle coming in. Wastes no time trying to zoom through that pool and just pick up as much time as possible. Coyle moving on through. Colonials really starting to add to that separation. It's looking good for the first relay. Knock on wood, of course. Here's Cameron Hune. Looking to close this one out as the anchor. And that will be a nice victory for the Colonials to take the first relay. Coming in at second, Quakertown. That was Daniel Lipinchuk. And Joe Armstrong, now the anchor of lane 6, finishing up for this relay. So for the Colonials, their relay clocked in at 1:44.19, then Quakertown 1:50.95, and 2:15.59. So we have the boys 200-yard freestyle. Connor Frisch, Kai Butcher, Aaron Taylor, Joe Fazio, and Isaiah Bell. Let's see, pretty even across the board here. Early on, Quakertown looking like they have a slight edge. That's Kai Butcher. Yeah, Kai, nice push off there. Giving a little bit of space. Joe Fazio right on his tail. Right on Fazio's tail is Bell and Taylor. They're both keeping it pretty close. It's looking like it's getting a lot closer than originally it was, right to the wall. And this kickoff here is going to be big. It looks like Kai still maintaining his lead for Quakertown. Kai and Fazio right now, it's like they're going strive for strive almost. And they're a slight edge for Fazio. This is going to be tight. Colonials starting to pull away with it now. Fazio just needs a little bit more gas in the tank to kick up. Again, every time he's about to start edging him out, he still is closely followed by Kai. Also right in the heat is Aaron Taylor. Close pursuit. Fazio looking better. It's going to be really close here. We see a little bit of gas coming out of Kai. Let's see. This is going to be close. And I believe the Colonials will take that. We'll look now. First place was Lane 5, so the Colonials will 2:10.75. Second place was Lane 3, 2:10. And we have third place, Lane 4, 2:11.30. That was fun. So Kai getting the second place finish by 0.5 of a second. So pretty close. Doesn't really get much closer than that. And now they're giving themselves a well-deserved cool down after a quite intense race. And they're off. Coyle, one of the strongest swimmers on this squad. Coming out to an early lead. Neck and neck with Caleb Einoff. He's got a slight edge. In close pursuit, third place being fought for very hardly. I'm going to slightly give it to Dean Suchlin, followed by Alex Babka, and then Quakertown. Coyle now starting to put in the work. Get a very nice push off, maintaining great momentum. Again, I know it's funny because you're watching the same thing I am, but I mean, it's just so many different forms of swimming that you have to master in doing an event like this, and to be able to do all of them at such great speeds. Coyle did a wonderful job coming down the line, being able to just pull ahead. I mean, he really has set a great distance between him and Einoff. Einoff trying to chase him, but again, it was just Coyle really exploded at about the halfway point of this one and created just an insurmountable lead. And he finishes with even more speed to take first place. Einoff coming in now. He should take second. It looks like Suchlin will take third, so the Colonials able to get 2 of the 3 podiums for this race. For Coyle, the time was 2:01.97. For Einoff, 2:13.78. For Suchlin, 2:21.11. We now have, for event 4, the boys 50-yard freestyle. So we have Tobias Olmstead, who goes to Palisades School. They don't have a swim team, so Quakertown typically takes them with them to their meets. Very generous of them. We have Daniel Litvichuk and David Pfeiffer. They're both for Quakertown. And then obviously for our Colonials, Brennan Coyle in lane 4, Tom Manley in lane 5, and Kamani Kenyon Dewey in lane 6.
Lane 3, David Pfeiffer. Lane 4, Brennan Coyle. Lane 5, Tom Manley. And lane 6,
Yeah, I guess there must be a swim team that a lot of Quakertown swimmers go, because there's again another one of those Bucks hats. Here they go. I think there's nothing more exciting than initial kind of like thrashing. And this is tight as it can be. Colonials pulling away just a little bit with Brennan Coyle going right to the wall. And I believe Coyle Coyle was able to get it by a hair. Followed that by Quakertown, or I'm sorry, yeah, Quakertown 2469 and $25.39 also for Quakertown. So I love about the sprint races, they're just so quick. And they're off. A little bit of an edge here for Quakertown, as it is David Pfeiffer with a slim early lead. Closely behind him is Cameron Hyun. Cameron now starting to pull ahead. He's hitting a great stride right there. He did a phenomenal job down the middle. He found his center and his pace, and he is just rocking through that water right now, starting to pull away from David Pfeiffer. In third place is Bennett Cavallo Healy. And Cameron just putting on the work. Started off really close, and then he got a little piece of momentum, and he didn't stop. Second place for Quakertown, and third for the Colonials. Cameron clocked in at 59.25. And we saw Quakertown got 103.03, and Plymouth Whitemarsh for third got 107.33. A good showing indeed for the boys. So for the next race again, we have Tobias Olmstead in lane 1. He is from Palisades School. Again, they travel with Quakertown, so it's a nice gesture they do, in case you're wondering, oh, I wonder where he might be from. That actually might be what the significance of the Buccaneers cap is. I'm not too sure. Lane 2, we have Connor Frisch. Lane 3, Daniel Litvichuk. Then lane 4, Brennan Coyle. Lane 5, Tom Manley. And lane 6, Joe Fazio. Already at event number 7. Today's just moving on by.
Event 7, boys 100-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Tobias Olmstead. Lane 2,
We have a full 6-lane race here.
Lane 4, Brennan Coyle. Lane 5, Tom Manley. And lane 6, Joe Fazio.
We hear Coach Golbeski cheering on his team. Here they go. Slight lead here for Brennan Coyle. Pushed off the wall. He is being closely pursued by Connor Frisch. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Daniel Litvichuk. Brennan coasting. Third place looks to be possibly either Tom Manley or Tom Manley slightly behind Tobias Olmstead of Palisades. But Brennan Coyle still holding the lead. Coyle again already having done an event not too long ago. Coyle keeping a nice lead here, pumping his arms, kicking his feet. We see a last-ditch effort here by Litvinchuk. Coyle, I think, will just clock over him. And Plymouth Whitemarsh, I think, will got third there. So 56-25, 56-55, and 57-69. So look at that. That's as tight of a heat as you're going to get. Wow, just a second separated first, and I'm sorry, less than a second separated first, second, and third. So very tight race. Brennan Coyle, young phenom in the making, possibly. I believe Manley was able to get third place. So fun race there. Our next event, the boys 500-yard freestyle. We have Kai Butcher in lane 3, Ryan Taylor in lane 4, Benson Davis in lane 5, and Aaron Taylor in lane 6.
Event 8, boys 500-yard freestyle.
The 500.
Kai Butcher, lane 4, Ryan Taylor, lane 5, Benson Davis, lane 6, Aaron Taylor.
Here they go. All I could be thinking in my head if I was in a race like that would just be pain. Just a little bit of a delay here, and now we'll be getting ready to start. Early on here, we see that Taylor starting very quickly, maybe a little too quickly. Again, you like to start quick so you can work with yourself, and it's more you're racing against your own mind than you are your competition. But you don't want to start too fast. Taylor off to a really hot start. He has a lot of space, but remember, he's going to have to keep this pace that he's going at right now. Neck and neck right now for second place is Benson Davis and Kai Butcher. Benson with a slight edge. I don't know. Maybe he was built for it, and Ryan Taylor here, he's got no slowing in sight. Keeping a very strong pace here in this 500-yard freestyle. Definitely, I'm sure, a huge sign of relief when you're swimming in a race and you're starting to get a lot farther ahead of people and just know in your head, all right, I'm off to a really good start. I can just kind of do my thing now, and I don't need to worry about ever getting in a deadly heat towards the end stretch. Yeah, as long as he doesn't hit that brick wall, he seems to be, as some would say, chilling. Keeping it nice and cool and steady. It's all about this race is all about keeping longevity of that pace. I mean, it's almost clinical what he's doing here. Really just gliding on through. Benson not too far behind him. Followed by Aaron Taylor and Kai Butcher. So I didn't even realize this. This slipped under my nose, but it's Ryan and Aaron Taylor. So Ryan is currently leading his brother Aaron. Ryan Taylor just doing his thing. He has stayed at this pace the entire 500, so very impressive. I remember I was a little bit apprehensive of his start. I was like, oh, he might have started a little too quick, but no, he has been nothing but consistent. Benson looking to try to get second. Him and Ryan's brother Aaron both keeping a very similar pace. Kai Butcher not too far behind. Taylor just doing his thing. Currently, he is under 5 minutes, so excellent time. Coming down the home stretch here of this 500-yard freestyle. Believe we are about to hear the bullhorn. We see Benson fell a little bit behind to Aaron Taylor, that is. And now Taylor pumping. He's ready to get out of that pool. He's worked his tail off. Really tremendous effort. Didn't slow down once, only got quicker. And that'll be a first place finish for Ryan Taylor. Believe next would be Aaron Taylor. Oh, Aaron Taylor, Benson, I think they virtually tied. So a 1-2-3 cleanup there for the Colonials. And I believe that Taylor, Aaron, that is, was able to get second. Benson got third. Time for Ryan was 5:45.67. Time for his brother was 5:46.15. Time for Benson was, I think some of the times might be a little bit off, but bottom line is Colonials got first, second, and third there. And now they will cool down as they should after exerting themselves to the max in that 500-yard freestyle. Next on deck, we have the boys' 200-yard freestyle relay. So we have in lane 2 for Quakertown, Daniel Lipinchuk, Connor Frisch, Joshua Einoff, and Kai Butcher. For Plymouth Whitemarsh in lane 4, Alex Babka, Isaiah Bell, Tom Manley, and Jimmy Ryan. In lane 6, we have Eli Crasson, Kenny Cutler, Declan Lynch, and Sun Sun Liu. Alrighty. Event, as they would say in Spanish, numero 9, number 9. Try to spice it up here. Give me some points for originality at least. Alrighty, Quakertown with an early lead here. Daniel Litvinchuk. He passes off. Colonials making up a lot of room there. Oh my goodness. Shot out of a cannon was Isaiah Bell. Wasting no time trying to catch up. I think he will, and he might get some space here. Huge break for the Colonials. Look at that. He's a man on fire, and he's not even wearing a swim cap. He's got the flow going right through the water. He now passes to Tom Manley. Tom Manley just expanding upon that Colonial lead. Again, I was thinking this is going to be a really tight race, but Isaiah Bell just flew it. And he didn't even have a second to look back or any hesitation. He just kept on going. And, I mean, Colonial's really just starting to run away with this one. Jimmy Ryan now going to close out. We'll see if Quakertown can try to catch him, but I just don't think they will. Colonials built such a brilliant lead in that relay. Kai Butcher behind Ryan. And we have Sun Sun Liu finishing up. Here's Kai, second place, and Sun Sun finishing up in third. So for the Colonials, that relay clocked in at oh boy, these are all out of whack here on the board. They got first place, so first place time was 1:50.65. It's not the right lane, but Colonials were able to get yet again another relay victory. They get you a lot of points on that board of trying to win the head-to-head, so you'll take it as much as you can. We now have the boys' 100-yard backstroke. Caleb Einoff in lane 3, Riley Coyle in lane 4, Bennett Cavalo-Hu in lane 5, and Kenneth Pereira in 6.
Lane 3, Caleb Einoff. Lane 4, Riley Coyle. Lane 5, Bennett Cavalo-Hu. And lane 6, Kenneth Pereira.
So we have one Quakertown swimmer and a couple other Colonials. So tremendous job there by Riley Coyle. He was able to stay under for so long, over half the length of the pool, and that gave him a nice little bit of an edge. But for Quakertown, yeah, still a slight little edge for Coyle, but for Quakertown, he's got Caleb Einoff right on his tail. Einoff, the really nice push off, get fraction of an inch maybe goes to him, but Coyle still pumping it going, so he's able to pull ahead a little bit. Coyle now just trying to work. This push-off's going to be big, and it was a really good one for Coyle. Again, neck and neck here. Coyle and Einoff, neck and neck. I think Coyle's got a beat. He's just trying to keep that pace and keep on moving. And Coyle will take this one. followed by Einoff. And finishing up, we have Bennett, Cavallo, Huey, and Kenneth Pereira. Riley Coyle clocking in at a time of 55.76, followed by Caleb Einoff at 57.59, and I believe Bennett, Cavallo, Huey at 109.66. Look at that, folks. This day has moved so quickly. I cannot believe it. We're already at event number 11. The boys 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 3, we have Joshua Einoff. Lane 4, Cameron Hyun. Lane 5, Dean Suchlin. And lane 6, Alex Babka.
Lane 3, Joshua Einoff. Lane 4, Cameron Hunt. Lane 5, Dean Suchlin. And lane 6, Alex Babka.
We have another heavily filled Colonial race here. See Cameron Hyun, as we talked about, his name on the board of that one relay. He's swimming like he's trying to get his name on the board again, this time solo. He's got right on his tail Dean Suchlin. Hyun with a nice push off there, creating a little bit of separation. Stays submerged for a long time. Again, Dean is giving him a run for his money, though. This is pretty tight. It's great. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see from this swimming program. Keeping each other, accountable and really, pushing each other to be the best that you can. And ultimately, that's what's going to make great teams, is when you're able to get that competition that makes everybody just a little bit better. Hyun, by a little bit, he'll take it, followed by Suchlin. And for third, we'll have a cleanup here. It will be Babka. 1, 2, 3, Colonials. Hyun clocking in at 104.25. Suchlin clocking in at 105.12. And Babka clocking in at 114.45. Fun race there. And we hear a little bit of banter between Coach Golbeski and his swimmers. So already we are at event number 12, the boys 400-yard freestyle relay. For Quakertown, we have David Pfeiffer, Kai Butcher, Connor Frisch, Caleb Einoff. For Plymouth Whitemarsh in lane 4, we have Ryan Taylor, Brennan Coyle, Riley Coyle, and Cameron Hyun. Again, I absolutely love the utilization of having two coils in the same relay, passing it off to each other. And then in lane 6, Aaron Taylor, Joe Armstrong, RJ Carbone, and Benson Davis. I'm sorry, we have here. Yes. Yep. As I say, tell me I didn't look at the paper the right way again. Early lead here for Ryan Taylor. David Pfeiffer in close pursuit. Pretty nice lead being built here by Ryan Taylor. Very fast swimmer from I was able to gather in just this afternoon. He passes it off to Brennan Coyle. Brennan Coyle wasting no time, trying to just keep building on that lead. Butcher trying to keep within reach for that next person in his relay to try to be able to make up the difference. So as we talked about, we had a pass off from the younger coil to the older coil. It was opposite for the girls. It was the older passing off to the younger. So a little bit of a twist. I like it. Originality points for sure. Riley coil now. Yeah, he's a man on a mission today, folks. He's just been breezing on through that pool. I think he's got the idea of trying to lap his opponent in his mind as he is really starting to pull the Colonials ahead. If he does it, Cameron Hyun might. So really a pretty potent lineup here for the Colonial 400-yard freestyle relay team. And here's the pass off to Hyun. As I told you, folks, I think he's got the idea of a lap in his mind. Look at how fastly he is moving. He is trying to catch up with, I believe that's Frisch. Yeah, he's trying to lap Frisch right now. Oh, my goodness. Look at how fast Cameron is moving. Oh, I believe that, yeah, if Frisch is passing off, then yes, that would be a lap advantage the Colonials have. Maybe just like ever so slightly less, but yeah, no, that is a full lap lead the Colonials have. Caught comfortable. I think comfortable will be an understatement. Colonials really cooking here. Both squads went right to work today, able to best their competition in most of these races. So I believe this will be a victory for both swimming teams, and obviously the dive team, Quakertown, does not have one, so only be Plymouth Whitemarsh divers. So very nice day here to be a Colonial swimmer. Cameron Hyun finishes up the race. Coming down the home stretch now is Caleb Einoff of Quakertown, followed by Benson Davis. And Quakertown will take second. Now Davis coming down here. Closing out our race, the last person to swim through this pool as a swimmer. We will have some divers getting in there shortly, but that will wrap up the race portion. Time for Colonials' first place relay was 3:40.10. Quakertown was able to clock in at 4:02.59, and the Colonials were able to clock in at 4:23.70. So we now will move on to diving. So Quakertown actually did not have a diving team, so it will just be Colonials diving. Takes a little bit of the pressure off, I'm sure. On this team currently, we have 3 girls and 2 boys. So I think we should move through this rather quickly. For all of those that have been watching the entire time, we have to express our thank you. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to PWH Natatorium as we have our third and final segment of PWHS Swim and Dive. So this is the diving segment. We have approximately 5 divers, all Plymouth Whitemarsh, as Quakertown does not have a diving team, so that should take a little bit of the pressure off the Colonial shoulders. Again, as I was expressing earlier, usually we haven't had one consistent spot that diving's been at. It's been at the beginning, the middle, now the end.
The order of diving for today, diving first, Lacey Kurtz, diving second, Emily Riley.
We have Lacey Kurtz, Emily Riley, Grace Lynch, Brad Rhodes, and Michael Flan. So without further ado, I think they're ready to go. I'm now going to get my Jim Nance Augusta Whisper.
Awards. 5.5, 5.5, 5.5.
We have 5.5s all across the board.
Emily's first dive. 101B, forward dive pipe.
We have a forward dive pipe here for Emily.
Awards. 5.5, 5, 5.
5, 5, and 5.5. Similar score to the first one.
Grace's first dive, 103B, forward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults.
We have a 1 1/2 somersault dive for Grace Lynch. She's been doing it since she's a freshman. Made it to a state tournament in a couple years.
5, 6, 5.
5, 6, and a 5. So the first 6 of the day is awarded to Grace Lynch.
Brad's first dive, 103C, forward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults, tuck.
1 1/2 somersaults tuck for Brad now. I find it interesting they're all putting their masks on the diving board. Guess they're getting creative.
No, tuck.
I believe there's a bit of a
Scores. 4 1/2, 5, 4 1/2.
4 1/2, 4 1/2, and a 5. I believe there's a little bit of difficulty understanding which dive Brad was actually performing. And now they're taking their masks off of the diving board.
Mike's first dive, 103B, forward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults, pike.
1 1/2 somersaults pike here for Mike. One of the brightest stars in this diving team's program. Makes it look so easy.
6 1/2, 7, 7.
6 1/2, 7, 7. 2 7s and a 6.5. Definitely the best dive that we've seen so far.
Forward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults, tuck.
1 1/2 somersaults. Tuck for Lacey.
Awards.
We'll see what she's awarded.
4 1/2, 5, 4.
4 1/2, 5, 4.
Emily's second dive, 103B, forward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults, pike.
1 1/2 somersaults pike for Emily.
Awards. 5, 5 1/2, 6.
5, 5 1/2, 6. Fair outing for Emily.
Gracie's second dive, 104C, forward dive, 2 somersaults, tuck.
Grace, 1 1/2 somersault tuck. Each diver adjusts the board to exactly their liking.
Awards. 5, 6, 5.
5-6-5 for Grace. Again, it's just that slight little turning of the knob with the foot. It can make all the difference in the world
Brad,
with a
second
dive.
dive, 104C, forward
The
dive,
amount
2
of-
somersaults tuck.
2 somersaults tuck now for Brad. It's just so much focus and attention to detail with diving. So much precision is needed and patience too. I think he's going to score
Awards.
fairly well. He landed very nicely.
4 1/2, 5 1/2, 6.
4 1/2, 5 1/2, 6.
Michael's second dive, 105C, forward dive, 2 1/2 somersaults tuck.
1 1/2 somersaults, tuck for Mike. He scored so highly earlier. Let's see if he can do it again. That might be a high scoring dive.
6, 7, 7.
6-7-7. Again scoring a
Beginning of
7.
third round. Lacey's dive, 201A, back dive, straight position.
Back dive straight position for Lacey. I'm having some fun now. They're really starting to get into their groove.
Awards. 5, 5, 5.
5s all across the board. 5-5-5.
Emily's third dive, 202A, back dive, 1 somersault straight.
Emily doing 1 somersault straight.
Awards. 6, 6, 5 1/2.
6-6, 5 1/2. Her best scoring so far.
Grace's third dive, 403C, inward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults tuck.
1 1/2 somersaults tuck now for Grace.
Awards.
Wow.
7, 6 1/2, 5.
7, 6 1/2, 5. A little bit of disparity there between the officials.
Brad's third dive, 401C, inward dive, tuck.
Inward dive tuck for Brad. Brad likes he likes to adjust the knob a little bit closer to the edge.
Awards. 4, 4, 4 1/2.
4, 4, 4 1/2.
Mike's third dive, 204C, back dive, 2 somersaults tuck.
2 somersaults tuck for Mike. Again, he's easily been the highest scoring diver today, showing off really his tremendous talent. Wow.
Awards. 5, 5 1/2, 5.
5, 5 1/2, 5. I think what he have that differentiates him is he just has finesse.
Beginning
He has a
of
very
fourth
nice
round,
way of being
Lacey's
able to
dive,
spin.
52-21D, back dive, 1 somersault, 1/2 twist free.
Okay. Was not able to catch the name of the dive she is attempting.
Awards. 5 and 1/2, 5 and 1/2, 4 and 1/2.
5 and 1/2, 5 and 1/2, 4 and 1/2. Lacey is able to
Emily's
score.
fourth dive, 401B, inward dive, pike.
Inward dive pike for Emily.
Awards. 6, 6, 6.
666.
Grayson's fourth
Emily's
dive,
best
203
outing.
C, back dive, 1 and 1/2 somersaults, tuck.
Back dive 1 and 1/2 somersaults tuck for Grace.
Awards. 5 and 1/2, 5 and 1/2, 5 and 1/2.
5 and 1/2 all across the board for Grace.
Brad's fourth dive, 402 C, inward dive, 1 somersault, tuck.
1 somersault tuck for Brad.
Awards. 4, 4 and 1/2, 4 and 1/2.
4, 4 and 1/2, 4 and 1/2.
Michael's fourth dive, 304 C, reverse dive, 2 somersaults, tuck.
Reverse somersault dive. I think tuck, if I heard correctly. For Mike.
Awards. 4, 4, 5.
4, 4, 5.
Beginning our 5th round, Lacey's dive, 52-22D. Back dive, 1 somersault, 1 twist, free.
Back dive, 1 somersault, 1 twist, free.
Awards. 4 and 1/2, 4, 4.
4 and 1/2, 4, 4 for Lacey.
Emily's 5th dive, 52-21D, back dive, 1 somersault, 1/2 twist, free.
Back dive, 1 somersault, 1 twist, free for Emily.
Awards. 5 and 1/2, 5, 4.
5 and 1/2, 5, 4.
Grayson's 5th dive, 52-23D, back dive, 1 somersault, 1 and 1/2 twist, free.
1 somersault, 1 and 1/2 dot, or 1 and 1/2. I forget something free. unique dive that Grace is attempting. I should so
Awards.
good. I've really, yes.
6, 6 1/2, 6.
6, 6 1/2, 6. I was gonna say,
Right, so
I'm
dive
not a
two,
connoisseur,
wave,
but I know what's up
somersault,
looks
straight.
good. That looked good. Brad now stepping up.
Awards. 4 1/2, 4, 4.
4 1/2, 4 4 for Brad.
Mike's fifth dive, 403C, inward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults, tuck position.
1 1/2 somersault, tuck position for Mike. Wow.
Awards. 5 1/2, 6 1/2, 6.
5 1/2, 6, 6 1/2.
Beginning our last dive, our last round, Lacey's dive, 401B, inward dive, pike.
Inward dive pike for Lacey. Her last of the evening.
Awards. 6 1/2, 6, 6 1/2.
6 1/2, 6, 6 1/2. Very strong way to finish
Emily's last
for
dive,
Lacey.
52-22D, back dive, 1 somersault, 1 twist, free.
Back dive, 1 somersault, 1 twist free for Emily.
Awards. 4 1/2, 4, 4.
4 1/2, 4 4 for
Grace's
Emily.
last dive, 52-25D, back 1 somersault, 2 1/2 twist, free.
1 somersault, 2 twists free for Grace Lynch.
Awards. 5 1/2, 4 1/2, 5 1/2.
5 1/2, 4 1/2, 5 1/2.
Brad's last dive, 52-21D, back dive, 1 somersault, half twist,
Back dive, 1
free.
somersault, half twist free for Brad.
Awards. 4 1/2, 5, 4 1/2.
4 1/2, 5, 4 1/2. And finally,
Mike's
the
last
last diver of the night,
51-32D,
Michael.
forward dive, 1 1/2 somersaults, 1 twist, free.
1 1/2 somersault, 1 flip free for Michael. Wow, look at all those moves.
Boards. 5 1/2, 6, 5.
5 1/2, 6, 5.
That concludes our meet. Officials, thank you for dealing with a marathon day today. We appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks, so we had quite the long afternoon, but we were able to see the Colonials march on through, both the boys and the girls able to win their respective meets. We were able to get some diving at the end, a special guest interview with Charlie Tullio. We had a bunch of action. We are so happy for all of you for tuning in, and please tune in next time. I'm Jason White of CITV, and until next time, take care.